Hello and welcome to the unboxing of Red Sun. Here we've got the US release. It is released in the UK as well. Both discs are the same, both region free. This is a 1970 art house genre collision is the way we describe it, which I think is pretty accurate. It is a very distinctive film, and let's get into the package. So we've got our Obi strip as usual. I'll just take that out and have a look at our artwork. This is the original image that was used on the DVD in Germany. I've never seen another poster for this, and we've never supplied anything else, so obviously we're going to go with this. It's such a great sort of iconic looking piece. And on the back we used one of the lobby card images that was used in Germany. I did the original German title there. The inside we've got our booklet. This is a 52 pager, quite a chunky one, nice and heavy. The cover is the poster that Rudolf Thome had made for the 25th anniversary. A really nice image there, and some of the details there about that. The credit sequence as usual. Inside we've got a new essay by Sam Deegan, interview with Rudolf Thome, letters to the German Film Evaluation Office, and review extracts, all of which have been newly translated from the German. This all came from a lovely booklet that Thome had made for the anniversary, so we were really lucky to be able to have access to all of this wonderful stuff, and include that here. The detail about the submission to the German Film Evaluation Office is actually really fascinating. It's essentially the sort of equivalent of like the BBFC, like censor or MPAA, and they had to also submit the film to another body as well, you know, for a sort of funding award type thing. And the responses are really fascinating in terms of they're being completely different, and the back and forth, and there's like kind of defense here by like a rebuttal by Enno Patalas, which is really interesting. And reviews as well from 1970 all the way up to when the anniversary happened in 25 years later. And you know, you've got like writing by Wim Wenders and Enno Patalas as well, who's a sort of noted critic. This is really fascinating stuff. So let's look at the reverse sleeve, the one I have earlier. So we basically use the same sort of style here, but I swapped out another image. It's a lovely one here of the three girls who live in the sort of commune type arrangement, and kept the style as the original and just used the original German title. Like to do that wherever possible. And spine number 6. And let's look at some of the extras. So this is a transfer overseen by Rudolf Thome. As with a lot of our releases, we did a bit of extra work, a little bit of extra clean up here, just to make sure things look as good as they can. This one does have some vertical scratches, which are, as damage goes, is one of the most difficult things to remove. So some of that isn't completely gone, but you know, obviously we do the best we can. Then we have a commentary which comes with from an earlier DVD release, and it's basically just Rudolf Thome and Rainer Langens, who was like kind of a consultant and Uschi Obermeier's boyfriend, but he was on set and he sort of is in the negotiations. You can read more about his involvement in the booklet. It's them sitting around chatting, basically, and it is interesting, but a full-length German commentary and one as sort of meandering as theirs. We edited it down to sort of the best bits, really. So on the menu you can essentially hone in on something that's really interesting to you, or listen to the whole lot. Pick and choose as you will, really, so that works quite nicely. Then we have a visual essay by Johannes von Moltke, who wrote a fabulous article on the film that we found and weren't able to clear. So we went to him and basically said, would you be interested in adapting it for a visual essay, which ended up working really nicely. But we do note it in the booklet if you want to sort of go and read more about that. It's a really fascinating essay that he's written. And he hones in on the cultural moment of the film and some of the aspects of the film that might not be sort of lost on a modern audience. It's really fascinating to dig into not only that, but also the visual style of the film and some of the techniques that Rudolf Thome uses. And then this being a German film and having never really seen it done properly, we chose to focus on the new German cinema as a topic, and just ended up growing and growing and growing until we sort of had this sort of 30 plus year investigation of that movement, starting all the way from the Oberhausen Manifesto in 1962, which was sort of really the moment that things kicked off for the German cinema changing, and then going all the way through sort of the more familiar Herzog, Wenders, Fassbinder, into much less well-trodden areas of cinema, sort of filmmakers that I was learning about for the first time, and seeing clips and really fascinating footage and different types of films, all the way through the 70s, 80s, and all the way up to the fall of the Berlin Wall. And, some people will sort of say that the new German cinema ended in the early 80s when Fassbinder died. But we go that a little bit further and cover off some of the films made then, and Edgar Wright's, working for TV and stuff like that. And it's a really fascinating look at that period. I hope everyone enjoys that in particular. Then the reversible sleeve. Unfortunately, we're never blessed with a trailer for this film. Couldn't even find one on YouTube, which sometimes you sort of do have to sort of take to YouTube to try and find some of these things to check they even exist. But perhaps this one just never had one, or sort of has been lost to time, which does happen. And then the booklet. And that is Red Sun, world premiere on Blu-ray. I hope you enjoy it.